Hi, everybody. Welcome to our book club. Today is our third session, and currently we are reading Finding Violent Park by Jenny Valentine. Today we will discuss from chapter 13 to chapter 18. And the story is getting really exciting. And in this last chapters, a lot of things are happening. But before we start, discussing them, let's just remember what happened in chapter 12, sorry, 12, chapter 12. So remember that our main character, Lucas, he wants to have this conversation, very serious conversation with his mom about his dad, who, remember that disappeared. So the chapter finish there, and then in chapter 13 we start with something unexpected, because Pansy, Lucas' grandmother, she fell from a ladder, and she is in the hospital, and she's maybe not so bad, but she's in the hospital. So in this chapter, the author is telling us a little bit how is the relationship between the mother-in-law and the daughter-in-law. And yeah, the relationship is not so good. Why? Well, the missing dad, the missing son. That's it. And that's it. As well, Lucas is telling us that he has a lot of responsibilities due to the fact his mother doesn't like his mother-in-law, and she doesn't feel very happy with the situation, and moreover that we have discussed in the previous sessions. So that's why, the mom is not really happy, having to take care of his mother-in-law. So let me see. I just opened my book to see the chapter. And in this chapter 13 is telling us that, since his grandmother is in the hospital, Violet, who is in an urn, is alone in her house. And remember that Norman, Pansy's husband, he he's suffering from dementia, and he's probably a little bit of Alzheimer. Remember that he has some strokes that wipe his memories, so that's why he cannot remember that Violet is the one who is dead, and he always is getting anxious because he cannot remember who is dead or who is in the urn. So Lucas decided to just take Violet away, and he decided to take it with Bob. So he goes to Bob's house, and then, he leave it, but as well, they are having a conversation, and Lucas confessed that he's reading his mother's diary. And I think that is what happened in chapter 13. So, let's start with chapter 14. This chapter is very, very sweet. I must confess that when I was reading it, I said like, "Oh, that's so cute." And it is telling us that his friend Ed, the one, remember that, at the beginning of the story, he was with him. He wants to have a date, and he convinced Lucas to go with him because his date has a friend. So in this date, Lucas is describing us the girls, and then he finds Marta, and it seems it's the sweetest thing. And I think they start just dating, because later on they start telling us that they kiss and over. And in one of those times they mention Violet, and Marta says, "Oh yeah, the pianist." And there you go. It's very, very sweet. That will be the finish of chapter 14. So let's just start with chapter 15. In chapter 15, it is telling us that finally, Pansy is in the hospital, but Lucas is taking care of Norman. Um, with as well with debt. And in this time, it's telling us that Norman and Jet, it's grandpa and grandson. They get along. They get along really, really nicely. And well, in this case, Lucas is telling us that they are just passing by Violet's house, and then suddenly Norman recognizes the place and is giving us really, really juicy information because we didn't know that Norman remembers some details about the past. And well, Norman let us know that yeah, he knew that his son a new Violet, and well, it's not giving us so many details, but Lucas realized something. He's realizing that his grandpa and his little brother, they are, very, very close, and they are sharing a lot of secrets. So that will be, I think, for. Oh no, the chapter continues, and then we have a very cute scene because the little brother Jed is being asked a lot of questions, like if he were in a police station, and well, that will be the end of the chapter at the end of this interview. So in chapter 16, it is telling us about Ed that he doesn't want his mom to be married, and that is the thing that worries him the most. As well, later on, let me see. Oh, well, yes, of course. Now that Lucas has that information, he wants to ask his granddad. But remember that, his granddad is suffering it's suffering for, it's suffering, sorry, from strokes. So he cannot remember a lot of details about present. And there's another detail that they mentioned that maybe, Norman knew about the disappearance of his son, but he cannot remember. So imagine how bad, he's feeling about it. And well, all the chapter is telling us that. And well, later on is telling us, just 1 second, let me just reread a little bit. Well, pretty much it's just that. And well, later on in chapter 17, we have a lot of things related with this mom. His little brother. No, it is not his brother. Just 1 second. Oh yeah, my bad. I'm just giving you some spoilers. Well, in this chapter 17, it is telling us, Lucas is telling us that maybe, since he looks like his dad, even his mom already told him, well, since then, maybe Violet thinks that, he is his dad because we knew we knew that maybe Violet was falling in love with his dad because she was giving him a lot of gifts and excuses for going to eat and this and that, but according to Bob nothing happened. But anyway, so Lucas is thinking that maybe Violet is so nice with him and is giving him some signs because he looks like his dad, and Lucas doesn't like that. He wants to be loved by for being himself. So that will be for chapter 17. And then let's start with the last chapter that is getting really, really intense. And well, everything gets started with Mercy asking in a very kind of rude way Lucas to go to his room. And Lucas said that that means that they will just have a very serious conversation, or serious for Mercy, because according to Lucas, Mercy is living in her own world. So here they are discussing, they are chatting that something is happening with their mom, and they are asking themselves what they can do. Lucas is being a little bit, quiet, serious, and that is driving crazy Mercy. And then, I think Lucas got a little bit upset and angry because of the circumstances, and then the diary, and then this, and then that. So he starts saying, like, yeah, maybe we can travel in time and tell mom not to marry dad, or not to be pregnant, or we can just we can tell her to go outside, to have friends, to start a new relationship, to just throw away all these things that they were keeping. And yes, guess what? Their mom was listening to them. And it is a very embarrassing situation, but finally, I think finally we have that conversation that Lucas was thinking about having, but he couldn't find the time. So finally, they are having that conversation. And well, the conversation is getting a little bit intense because the mom feels a little bit offended because all the things that they are telling her, she already thought about them, but she cannot make anything about that or anything about the situation, since Lucas, it seems that Lucas is thinking about his dad, and well, he wants to become him and this and that. And well, the last phrase of this chapter is really, really deep. And well, it just echoes a little bit because, yeah, Lucas said that he was the last one giving up about his dad. So maybe, it just let me think that maybe in the next chapters we can see that they are throwing away things about his dad. Maybe they will find something finally about Violet, or something really interesting. But I think the story is getting to that point that, well, it will just start the conclusion. So let's see how everything goes. And well, so far, that will be the summary of the chapters of this week. So let me just start sharing my screen so we can check the vocabulary. Okay, so just 1 second. There you go. So I'm sharing my screen, just 1 second. And once I have it open, let me just go to chapter 8. And well, there you go. So no, one more time. Yes, there you go. It is 13. Oh my bad. I just want to start with another chapter today. So let's start with chapter 13, vocabulary. So first of all, I don't know if you know what ladder means. Of course, you know that, Pansy fell from a ladder. But what is a ladder? Well, a ladder, it is a stairs, but stairs are those that are fixed. And a ladder is the one you can move. A ladder. You move, you open it, you close it. That's a ladder. So let's just start with this vocabulary. And well, just 1 second. So there you go. Later on, it is telling us that, yeah, Pansy fell down, to this and that, and then we have, Pansy's word. So what is Pansy's word? And it is talking about the hospital. It says, at least she wasn't going to have that problem in London Free Hospital. That place is sealed like a fish tank and it stinks like one too. Pansy's ward was on the 8th or 9th floor. So ward, it means the place where she is. the place, when she's sleeping. It will be the room, or it will be like the area. Um, yeah. Well, in Spanish, it will be a pabellón. So there you go. The place, the hallway where, Pansy is, the word. So continue with vocabulary. We have more, and then it says, we took the stairs this pattern. The bed was all kind of padded. Well, a path, it could be something that is with cotton and it is kind of cushion, that it will be here, with a little bit of cushion. It's padded. But as remember that as well, path, it will be for women, when we are on our period, we use pads. So there you go. So padded here, it means with caution, caution, padded. And well, here, remember that we are reading a British book. So the loo, it will be the restroom, the bathroom, okay? And well, let's continue. And it says, yeah, here, warp. So it's talking about the magnify through the plastic, the teeth. Yeah, it's talking about the teeth, that they are in water, so they look warped, distorsionados. Okay? And well, let's just continue. And here it will be the bakers, vasos, the vaso, okay? Probably talking about the one in plastic, okay? Instead of being glasses, they are bakers. Let's continue with this vocabulary. And I have another word here. She told, here, sprawl. So it says, she told me that after she fell, she floated up away from her body and seeing herself from above, all sprawled out on the kitchen. You know, her body. Oh yeah, you have to remember that here is describing that Patsy fell from the ladder and she's having, this life death experience. So she's describing that she floated. She saw herself and her body was, sprawled. It was tirado, expandido. It was just, desparramado on the kitchen floor. So there you go. You have another word. And let's continue on this word. Let me just check where is it. It says mainly. We are here. It says getting upset, bed. Oh, this is just a British word. So 1 second, I want to show it to you. Oh, here one more time we have the Hoover. Remember what is the Hoover? This is a British book, so the vacuum. It is the vacuum. And oh my God, I cannot find the other word. But let me see. Oh well, baffled. That abatido, triste, and a bit tearful. His eyes were watering. So that's it. And what else here? It says Q. What is Q? Oh, I think oh yeah, I'm so sorry. I am a little bit lost. So Q, it will be like a sign to go. Okay. Then we have Shove. Here it's talking about Pansy that he needed to take it to take her to other place. So here it says the Shove. Norman's Best Dentist website. One second, one second. Oh, here. I shove my bag in the bottom. So he will say that he just put, the urn in there. And the rucksack instead of backpack. And well. Mm, 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 mm. Oh, yes, it is wardrobe. It will be like the closet. So we continue with this. And then we have zip. Just, oh, yeah, doilies. A new word, a doily. I don't know if your grandmothers used to knit, but a doily, it will be the one that you are knitting, in circles, and then you put it on the table or on the TV. That will be a doily. Okay, so that's why it says doilies, no doilies on the furniture. Well, it says a bare light. Bare, remember that is desnudo, yeah, but not like naked. It will be like barefoot. You don't have anything in your feet, so you are barefoot, descalzo. So here it says a bare light bulb. Maybe he didn't have like, a lamp. It was just the bulb. So it was pelón, estaba desnudo. And what else? Well, he is the same. It is not telling us anything that you couldn't not understanding. So let's start with chapter 14. So dreading. I was dreading it. Dread means that he was really scared. He was afraid. Estaba temiendo, temer. So it is talking about, the dating. So we continue with this dating, and let's see. There's a low brow and a blow dried. It is describing the girl, and he says blow dry hair. So blow dried, it will be, when you blow it a little bit with the dryer. Yeah, the dryer. And you know that sometimes it looks like dry. It seems like, it's missing water, it's missing moisture. So it says that her hair looked like blow dried. And well, it just said that. What else? What else? Well, continue. It is talking about Marta and this and that. And then it's describing us Marta's eyes. And let me see what is it, because it is a beautiful description. It says, Marta's eyes are not green, they are olive and tree bark and ivy and jay. And all of them are green. So it says, a tree bark. Bark, bark, yes, it is a sound that dogs do. Bark, bark, bark. But as well, the tree, the outsider part, the brownish part, it will be the bark, la corteza. So here, it says olive and ivy. Ivy, it will be the hiedra, la hiedra venenosa. So it is green. And jade, that as well, it is green. It's a precious stone. So it is talking about that. Here is, the skin. It's pale, colorless. It's white. And, the palest, superlative. And, well, the grease, it will be las muñecas. And, well, freckles, the things that you have in your nose, in your cheeks sometimes, pecas. So there you go. It is describing, and then it says that Marta's mom has, well, she got cancer, but either way, they have like an, an inside joke, an internal joke, inside their family because it is not the first time. They are being very, very positive about it. So excellent. And well, just to finish this chapter, the thing that happened when they are watching a movie, and then they mentioned Dial Park and these like little birds, and that's a very the sweetest sentence, and it's a very, very nice to finish just this chapter. So starting with chapter 15, we have a lot of things happening here, and then we said oath, OEOBD. So 1 second, it says, yeah, because really, what were the odds on Norman knowing? So first of all, oath, when you're talking about numbers, it means 137. Okay, that will be oath. And then here it means like weird. It means like it's not normal. It's off. Okay, so let's continue. And then there's several words that there were not complicated to understand, but there were a lot of words here. So first it says, he has a big old dapple. Dapple means like, here. It's one hair here, one hair here, one hair here. So it is, like not together, not full, it is just, like a little here, a little here, a little here. So it will be dapple, like moteado, punteado. And well, it's talking about the mustache. And then it says that bobs. And bobs, it's like que se inclina. It bobs around. So his hardly moving mouth and his very quiet words sometimes don't make themselves heard. So it's talking that, that the mustache is moving as well. So that's why sometimes they cannot hear him. And finally, here your dad used to live here or to visit here. So yeah. And I was a thorn between believing and bursting out laughing. So first, thorning means it is the past participle of tear. Remember that tear? Yeah, the tears when you cry, but as well tear. Desgarrar. So I was torn between believing him and then he was bursting out laughing. So bursting is estallar, maybe he was laughing like, oh, come on, and start laughing. So it is telling us that, his grandpa remembered, and then he said he shrugged his shoulders. So it is just this. Okay, that's it. I lay down, it says later on. Oh, here again, it says, I lay down, and then I saw the sky. Model cloud. So it will be like the mustache, dimple, but here it is, moteado with, puntos. So that's it. Then, then it says clouded over. He was clouded over. So being in the clouds, you are not conscious, you are not aware. So clouded over, it will be nublarse, nublado. Okay? Then we can see here that it says a glimpse. Just 1 second, it says I've got a glimpse. A glimpse, remember that when you are looking at someone and then you do this, that's a glimpse. So it will be like un vistazo. Okay? And well, it says vistazo. What else it says? A wash. With a lot, full, inundado, it will be here, but inundado with secrets. So we continue talking. about this guy Lucas, who is realizing that his little brother Jet and his grandpa, they have secrets. So continue with this. It says almost at the end, lifeline. So we need to remember that Lucas said that, his little brother was the only one who didn't care about his dad because he didn't, not him. He didn't know him or meet him. So for him was, I don't care. But then it says he has a lifeline. So he is connected after all with his dad. And well, it's just that. So continue talking with this. It says, just one second. Garble, what is? If so, garble. Burying babies, no. Well, handcuffs, it will be esposas. I tap it. You start grinding, you tap. And here as well, it says the telly. The telly, it is very interesting. Well, it is television, but you have to remember that sometimes, for making words diminutivas, we use this Y, chop, chubby, gordito. So in this case, it will be the telly, la tele, telly. It is right here, the telly. So there you go. And well, finally, we start this conversation, or more than a conversation, this simulation, this game of interview. And then we have, for example, chestnut. The chestnut will be castaño. Then as well, we have this wankster. And wankster, it is not good to say this, of course, but remember the context. The mom is driving, she's stressed, and she's, start saying bad words. So wanky will be in a very, very vulgar way, masturbarse. So wankster, it will be the person who, masturbate himself. And it's a vulgar way of saying it. So I don't know how to translate it. I was looking for it and it says pajero, but I don't think we'll use that in Spanish. So well, you already know. And well, let's continue. And one more time, we have del do. Where is it? Just one second. I need the loo. Remember that the loo is the bathroom. So finally, we finish with this chapter and we start with this that it says, Ed does it about whipping his mom and getting late. Well, it's telling us that everybody's worrying about something, and well, we think it will be like you go with the wind, te enrollas, te envuelves with someone, and then it says getting late, establecerse, like getting married. So here, everything, I think it will be understandable. And just to remember, there's a part when it says Potter. Where is it? Chair and Potter. So pottery, it is talking about pots. Here is talking about the person who makes pots. So el alfarero. And well, continue with it. It says, just one second, mom arrived. Yeah, mom arrived. And then what? A soup, food, swat. A lot of words that they are not complicated, but we don't use them very often. So one more time, it says Violet pretty soon. Well, one more time, shrunk. It will be, se encogió, encogerse. Is a past participle. Frail, fragile, frail. though her being a pot like violet. Here it is referring a pot. Pot, it will be two different things. Pot, it will be the place where you plant a plant, or it could be the bowl, the container you use for cooking a soup. Here is not talking about any of those, but it's a different way of saying or, it's referring that maybe his grandma can die because she's very fragile in that moment. And then swoop and foos around her. So it will be, that they were with her all the time. They were his foos, it will be fastidiar. And well, no, until she say enough. I don't want to be bothered anymore. So it is just telling here soup, fust, and sweater. Swat off. It will be like calmados, basta. No les puso el alto. We continue, and then it says, I'm disappointing in him. Oh, it's talking about Pansy. Pansy was talking about his son. He finally said, even though I love him, I am really disappointed. And, well, disappointed in him, it is telling us about Pansy said to me, tears rolling down her face, perfect dewdrops magnifying her wrinkles. So dewdrops, it will be just, like gotitas, gotitas that magnify her wrinkles. So dewdrops, it is when you are in your garden in the morning after a cold day, after a cold night, you could see that there are some drops in the leaves of the plants. Those are dewdrops, el rocío. So there you go. It is just, speaking very nicely. And well, later on it says cinder, and cinder. So if you didn't know, cinder means cenizas. Cenizas. Okay? And well, we continue with this, and it seems, well, it says mourning. Mourning, it will be when someone died and you want, that time for you to recover. You wearing black and this and that. That will be mourning. And just 1 second because I cannot find the word, but it's talking about a funeral. So 1 second. Well, sweep it will be when you are sweeping. Sweep that under the carpet. Well, you are trying to hide something under the carpet. What else? Well, here, scatter. Scatter, it will be that you are not here. You are in other place, estás disperso. Marta's mom wants to be scattered in some form or other in the river. Oh, well, here, scatter, it will be more like ser rociada, dispersada. And I don't know where the word that I'm looking is, but moaning, if you look and if you find it before me. So, oh yeah, it was before. Scatter. Well, oil soak. Soak, remember that it will be hundirse, so it says grab. And oil soak, la sumergieron en aceite. Oh, well, cloth. Tela, ropa sumergida en aceite. That would be it. But I cannot find the word that I'm looking for, girls. So, moaning. Well, anyways, it is mourning, morning. And that will be the luto, the time you take for you to recover after someone died. What else? Well, there's another working here. I know so much. It says, I probably talk too much and I can have been that interesting when I know so much less about everything that they do, but they were keen to like me. So keen in this case is just, keen is agudo. But in this case, I think yeah, he's saying that he started liking them just a little bit, just that. Well, anyways, we start with number 17 and with vocabulary. With vocabulary, let's start with lodge. And lodge, it will be more like um that that they were playing the tape they found about its music, so they just do that. Precocious. If you don't know how to say precoz, there you go. What else? Well, it says sus. What is it? Well, I don't know, but anyways, you have late, that it will be establecerse. Remember, Laid. And then we have the rucksack, that it will be the backpack. We have aces, ACES, that it will be los aces, that I don't know. Oh, rucksack. There you go, rucksack. And then we have the aces. So there you go. Continue with our vocabulary in this chapter. We have, what else we have? We have drink. Where is it? It says, oh yeah. I said, what does that mean? And Bob told me that kept Violet on the brink of it for years. So brink, it will be the limit in the age. So remember that here it is telling us that, Violet was, maybe she wasn't falling in love with his Lucas dad, but, his dad put it a limit, Violet put or kept Violet on the brink. So continue talking, is discovering a lot of stuff that his dad was, stood like the horses, those machos. So semental. And well, it says I was kind of impressed and appalled at once. Appalled would be like apaleado, sad. He wasn't in the mood. He was a little bit disappointed. So there you go. And then it says whatsoever. I like that kind of words. And just 1 second so I can show. Yeah, here. Whatsoever. Lo que sea. Lo que fuera. So she was beautiful and funny and bright, and she was no interest whatsoever in your father. Ninguno, alguno. Okay? And well, finally, let's start with this chapter.
Let's continue with chapter 18. I'm having some little problems with my camera, but still, we have the text on the computer. So let's start with the chapter 18. As we said, it's getting intense because, finally they are kind of having this confrontation that we were looking for in previous chapters. So here it's just telling that finally Mercy, Lucas' sister, she wants to have a conversation with him about their mother. And well, they just go to Mercy's room. Everything seems to be, like very serious. And finally, let's just start, well, it says stomping. Stomping, it would be like they were running, they were, like stepping really, really hard. And well, she shot her dog. So she closed it, shot. Continue. Let's see. They are discussing that the mom is depressed. And well, here it says brewing. I was brewing for a fight. And it's just saying that, Lucas was upset. He wanted to fight. And well, very good. So continue with this. We have no vocabulary. You are selfish, this and that, but badly time. Going about 11, yeah, it's being sarcastic, it's being sarcastic. Everything is so cool. And then, Lucas start answering to his sister, like, hey, why don't you do this? When you do, don't do that. And moreover, so here it says, kid up. When we use kid comes from a key. So he's saying that, Lucas was already saying this and you couldn't stop him. So he was kind of, calentado, avanzado, he was already there. And well, it says that we can find mom, we can travel in time, kind of, and tell mom not to shag that. Shag, what is shag? Well, here, shag, where is it? Well, first of all, where it says, that healthy is divorce. Oh, first of all, prick. Prick, it will be the other guy. El otro vato, kind of. And well, here was telling us that the mom was outside the door. And well, let's see, they start talking, the three of them, and blame. Don't put the blame on me. No culpar, no culpes, culpan. And well, he says, the gods. The gods, it will be the intestines, but the gods, it will be las tripas. And well, here there's an expression, the gut feeling. The gut feeling is that feeling that you have when something is about to go wrong. So very good, the guts. And well, it is just telling you can go out more, which was feeble. Feeble. Feeble is exactly the same thing as weak, but weak means like talking about strength, and feeble, it could be, oh, I feel, that I can't, I this, like that. So feeble. Unfriendly, sounded. My mom nodded. Nodded is to move your head to say yes. So that's it. The prick, we just continue with the same, and stuff to the dump. They are finally saying that they will just throw away Lucas belongs to the dump. The dump, it is a word that already appear in the book. So remember, the dump is a place where you can take the trash. And well, everything is going a little intense here, and everything it's here. And well, one more time, shrug. Shrug means just the action of moving your shoulders for saying I don't care. That is shrug. And well, it says you're a fanatic, you're a walking shrine. Shrine is one of those places when you go to pray. That is a holy place, un santuario. So here it's just saying that he looks like a walking author. He is, devoting to his dad. And well, everything goes, and then willingly comes from will, the willpower. Willpower, it will be la fuerza de voluntad. So willingly is voluntariamente. And well, remember again, slacking off, we saw it already. Slacking off, on the contrary, when you are cheering someone up, it's like, yes, you can do it, yes, of course. And slacking off is like, oh no, you are nothing, you can't, this and that. Slack means escoria. So slacking off, it's like you are not supporting, you are not cheering someone up. And well, recon, again, it's a word that we already saw. It's recall, think, believe. And well, Unstuck. Unstuck, you are stuck in traffic and then you are unstuck. It could be something else that is not traffic. For example, you get stuck in a problem, you get stuck in a place or something like that. You are unstuck. Okay. And well, it seems that finally it's the end. So let's just keep it here. Let's see how excited the story develops. And well, as I told you, I'm having a little problems with my computer, so you cannot see me saying goodbye this time. But thank you so much for being here. Continue having an excellent reading, and well, see you later. See you later to continue discussing this Finding Violent Park. Thank you so much. Bye.